Today is a countryside Google Find target that looks fairly easy to locate. Nature is slowly reclaiming around it, and I'm guessing it's either an old farmhouse or a barn. I'm not sure what the location is going to be like, or even if it's still standing, but there's only one way to find out. That means you're invited to come along with me for this countryside Google Find. Whew, that was a climb. So I think I found the road that goes to it. It's a overgrown road here, probably the old farm road that led to it. And looking back on Google Earth, on the timeline going back into the 90s, it was definitely a worked farm. You can tell the landscape, the fields were worked. They changed over time through the different years. And that at a certain point, they basically stopped being worked. You could tell nature started reclaiming it, which in my eyes probably tells me one of two things. Either one is that the property was sold off and nothing was done with it, or number two, the farmer or whoever was maintaining or working the property maybe passed on and it just got left forgotten about. So hopefully this road will lead us right to it. And comment down below if you think it's still going to be there and what you think it is. My hunch, it's either a barn or a farmhouse. Could be one of those two, could be nothing at all. But share your thoughts, we'll find out when we get there. I severely underestimated this location. I thought it was going to be quick and easy to get to. I was wrong. This road I'm on is taking me to it, but it's no easy feat. Even on the e-bike, I'm struggling. It's going like this the entire way, zigzagging through what I feel like I'm climbing a mountain. There's a lot of rocks, boulders, fallen trees, roots. I'm making it, but it's just slow progress. And I'm really working up a sweat, getting the heart rate going, which is not a bad thing, but this was much deeper into the woods and into the country than I realized. But we're making good progress. Should be there shortly. Just emerged out of the woods, came to a clearing. I think we're in the right location. Oh, yeah, I do see something back there. Now this road looks like it's used semi-regularly. Got a beautiful pond off to our left here. It's a nice location. As people like to say, God's country. I got a water hazard in front of me to get through that. And around the corner should be the structure. I still don't know if it's a house or a barn. But right here in front of us, we do have some nature's corn dogs, cattails. Yeah, I was right. Nature reclaimed this farmland. It's no longer worked. But we do have a building, and it's a farmhouse. Looks like where an escaped murderer would live. This grass is somewhat maintained here, and that looks in deplorable condition. Don't know if we're gonna be able to go inside, but let's scope out the outside and go from there. I'll tell you what, whoever was living out here was living a pretty remote, isolated lifestyle. It was no easy feat getting here. That road I went on went for over a mile. What was once worked farmlands and farm fields is now overgrown pastures. It's apparent that someone does come here semi-regularly. The grass, at least here, and one other area is kind of trimmed down, mowed down, and the road looks like it's semi-regularly used, but certainly there's no one actively using this property. Let's take it in. We got a metal roof, which is a good sign. It's got the wood planks for the exterior walls. There was a back porch, which is now collapsed in on itself with a few console televisions sitting out here. Wouldn't be surprised if we come across a well on the site. Even to get utilities up here, they'd have to run them quite a ways up that small mountain that we climbed. It's like a fuel tank right there, probably propane or butane. As far as I can tell, it's not vandalized. Everything looks pretty natural as far as decay goes. It does have some somewhat newer storm windows, I think, upstairs, at least from first glance. The open window there on this side porch. Heavily overgrown. I'm going to have to keep my eyes out for snakes, without a doubt. It says, in memory of Grandpa's something. It says, we will miss this place. It's like initials. JPVideos CB Farm. I'll tell you what, if it's not easily accessible, like I can't just walk in, I'm not going to go in, I'm not going to break in. I'm going to be respectful of this place. They got some floor jacks under the porch to help support it. Charcoal grill and a cement base there and a pile of firewood on the back porch. I wonder if people still come here just to have like cookouts, you know, like since they have memories of this place. This porch is not the most stable. The side porch there. I did find a toy though. You know what that means. Hornet wasp killer, disinfectant. It's like a battery for a lamp or a lantern. And I just want to see. Ooh. Yeah. Hello? I'm not breaking in. I was able to walk in. It's not locked up. It's just shut. Oh, you know what? This is probably a hunting cabin now. I would not be surprised. That's what it looks like. Got the wood stove here for heat and for cooking. Table. Chairs. And also this house, nor the property is posted. No purple paint, no nothing. Bathroom there. It's a chair in front of the sink and the toilet. Outhouse spring steel ground blind. So that's for hunting. Just a lot of desk chairs, swivel chairs here. Mounted skull. Yeah, I think we came upon an old farmhouse being more recently utilized for hunting. Okay, so maybe it's wood and coal, but there's a bucket of coal right here. This would be the kitchen, I guess. Yeah, it looks like they had well water. I wonder, let's try that out and see. I don't think it's even connected anymore. Yeah, that would have been their water source. Well water. Pantry / kitchen. All right, so this door was tied off here. And I know why, because we can't go any further. Yeah. It is basically no more falling in on itself. This is the main inside of the farmhouse. There's still clothes hanging on the, like a makeshift clothesline there. A couple ties and some trousers. That's the basement. There was steps going down behind those steps. Floral wallpaper. Would have been a stove right there. And I'm not even going to attempt to walk on this floor here. It's unfortunate. I would have loved to have gotten upstairs. I'm guessing this is probably still full of contents, but it is beyond livable or even explorable conditions. Right now, it's a death trap waiting to happen. I'm going to snap a few photos, see if there's any other areas that I missed that I could get access to, and then we'll go back outside, check out the rest of the house. All right, got the door shut, got some pictures. I think it's best now to head outside, get some more pictures, and check out the front of the house. Just how we found it. It's a good sized home for its day. I think it had more than one fireplace or chimney. There's a chimney right there, which is probably for the coal stove that we saw in the kitchen. But then there's another one we saw back in the basically missing living room floor. I don't know how many bedrooms it would have. Looks like maybe there was an addition put on. I'm probably guessing 3 or 4 bedrooms. This kitchen, this room, this area here may be an addition. Possibly. Just because it's separated on that inside part, looks like the main house part. I could be completely off, but if you have thoughts on what you think, feel free to share. But we do have cinder block foundation here. I think that's cinder block concrete. So this may be an addition. This is looking at the front of the house. Front porch is right there. I'll try to get you a better view of it when we go around the corner, but heavily obstructed by this gigantic pine tree here and a smaller one over there, and just the overgrowth. This is now basically tick city. There's going to be so many ticks I have to check for. Thankfully I'm wearing long pants, good footwear, short sleeve shirts, but at least I could see my arms to see if anything's crawling on them, but I will be doing a thorough search. I already found 2 or 3 ticks on me this season so far. It's not even summer yet, but locations like this, it's a breeding ground for them. But I'd rather come across those right now than some snakes, I'll tell you that. Looking at the front corner, windows completely busted out. See the chimney up there? The porch is basically non-existent. This is sitting on several acres. We passed that gorgeous pond on the way in. Big field here, big field there. Maybe was a barn on site at one time, but I didn't see it on Google Earth. So they may or may not have had animals at one time. But just a lone, substantially sized farmhouse. Here's some of the knob and 2 wiring. Now this is the front porch, or lack thereof. Oh, look at the old school pencil sharpener. I haven't seen those since my elementary days. So it looks like the layout right now, the left door here going in, the front door would go into the living room, which is now where the termites can no longer hold hands. They just gave up and the floor fell in. That's the kitchen porch. We were inside there, where the hunting table was and the coal stove. Cellar door right there. And we do have an open window. Get a view from this side. Oh, we didn't even see this room. Look at the old television there. It's got the doors on it. This must be beyond the living room that we peered into. This looks like maybe a bedroom. It's like a scanner radio or walkie-talkie there. Paneling on the walls, which would signify maybe a 70s remodel. And as I expected, nearly everything is left behind. I'm not going to crawl through the window because the floor, I could tell, is actually bowing down, sinking in on itself, so there's no way I'm going to step on that. But I'm glad we were able to get some visuals through the window. Looks like original windows here too. Definitely not storm windows, at least here. I think it's getting more confirmation this is the original part of the house. The other area was the update or addition, which would signify why it has more modern windows or storm windows, if it indeed does. Yeah, this is looking into their past, their life. And now some bees are calling this place home. Another confirmation this is an isolated area. I have 0 phone service up here. Not a single bar, nothing. So I can't even confirm on Google Maps that I'm here, but we know I'm here. This is the only thing here 100% this is the location, but no phone service whatsoever. Now from this view is what I saw on the way in. I get two different vibes. I have a beautiful old farmhouse and a serial killer's den. Which one do you see? Doing a 360 of the property really allows you to take in how beautiful this is and remote. No noise except the breeze in the air and birds chirping in the trees. But now, final look at the back porch here, which is one of the first things we saw when we arrived on location. This is a decently sized back porch. It goes in another probably 10 feet. It's almost the length of the entire house. But it looks like it's one of the first things to fall apart. Most likely some bee nests and snake dens in there, so I'm not going to get too close. But there is 3 console televisions here. This is a Zenith. Is there a date? I'm trying to see. 120 volts, 60 hertz, 115 watts. 1990, October 1990. You know, some people like looking at the TVs and getting ideas to what they owned, what they watched their shows on. Wouldn't be surprised if they watched Little House on the Prairie out here. And looks like the door is right there. Wasn't able to get into that part of the house, obviously. Bird nest right up there on top of the window. Looking now, I don't think these are storm windows. If anything, they were maybe painted and updated, but I do see wood framing around the glass. So I don't think they're storm windows for the modern aspect that I would be thinking of. But I still think, I don't know, now I'm torn. Looking at the back of the house, it's one complete unit. It doesn't look like an addition. Only from the front it does. So I could be completely off. It's probably just one complete entire house. It may have been built up or split off into different sections for maybe farmhands or in-laws or something. I'm just speculating. I don't know what it would have been, but it's a good sized house. The roof is helping to an extent, but as we saw, the floor in the main living room is completely gone. So water, moisture is getting in. We did see some open windows on the inside, or I should say the other side. And now it's just sitting here. Memories for other people, as we saw on the wall there. And now it's at least being utilized in some aspect as a hunting gathering place for hunting season. I can only imagine how this looked back in the day when this land was being maintained, the house was lived in. It was probably like a postcard worthy site. And even today though, even though the land's overgrown, the house is falling apart, it's still a beautiful location. Like I said, they lived a remote, isolated lifestyle. I'm guessing it has been lived in probably in a few decades, I would imagine. Based on the decay, deterioration, I would say maybe 90s as the latest that they lived in it. But in the kitchen, there's more modern stuff because they are utilizing it for hunting season. There's like mustard, ketchup, charcoal, firewood. That's all newer stuff because they're using it during hunting season. So it's good that this house is not just being completely forgotten about. It is being used to some extent during hunting season. It's also completely unvandalized. No graffiti, no deliberate, destruction by people. It's all primarily natural from the elements and from Mother Nature. So that's the win in my book. Wouldn't have found this if it wasn't for Google Earth, Google Maps, because this is a really remote location. On Google, it didn't appear that way. I thought I'd be here in about 5 minutes. It took me over 30 minutes to get here, and that's by riding the e-bike. With that being said, I'm back on the hunt for some more Google Finds locations. If you haven't seen my previous Google Finds video, I highly recommend you check it out after this. It's by far one of the craziest, most bizarre, disturbing sites I've ever come across. I don't know what I found, but the video is something else. You have to check it out. That, as well as a playlist to all my other Google Finds, will be down below in the description. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for coming along. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.